Story 1. The Man in the Mirror. I used to go to this 24-hour gym because it was the only one near me that was open late. I liked working out when no one else was around. It was quieter. One night, I went at around 1 a.m. The place was empty except for the guy at the front desk. I started lifting in front of one of those huge mirrors near the dumbbell rack. Everything was normal for a while. Then I noticed something weird in the reflection. There was a guy behind me, but when I turned around, no one was there. Just empty space. I thought maybe my eyes were playing tricks, but it kept happening. Every time I looked in the mirror, I'd see someone standing way back near the machines. But when I turned to check, the spot was empty. What really freaked me out was when I saw the figure move closer in the reflection, just a little closer every time I looked. But still nothing behind me. I left without finishing my set. I didn't even look back. I never went to that gym again after dark. Story 2. The Locker That Opened by Itself. This happened at my school gym. I was there late one afternoon for practice. Everyone else had already left, and I was the last one packing up. The locker room was dead silent. I was tying my shoes when one of the lockers behind me creaked open. I turned fast, but no one was there. The locker was wide open. At first, I thought someone just forgot to close it properly, but I swear it was shut earlier. I got up and pushed it closed again. A few seconds later, it opened again. This time slower. There wasn't any wind, no vibration, nothing that could have made it move. I looked inside. It was completely empty. I got out of there fast. The next day, I mentioned it to one of the janitors, and he told me that locker always pops open, but only at night. After that, I changed in the hallway. I never touched that locker again. Story 3. The Basement Gym. During vacation, I visited my cousin in the province. The apartment complex he lived in had a small private gym in the basement. He said it was fine to use, but he didn't like going there alone. I didn't really ask why. I just went one morning while he was still asleep. The gym was small, just a couple machines and a mirror. The weird thing was how dark it felt, even with all the lights on. The air was thick, kind of musty. I started jogging on the treadmill, and halfway through, the lights flickered. Then everything turned off, just for a second. When they came back on, I saw someone standing in the corner behind me in the mirror, just still, watching. I turned around, but the corner was empty. I looked back in the mirror, gone. I left everything and went straight back upstairs. I told my cousin, and he just nodded like it wasn't surprising. I didn't ask anything else, but I avoided the basement for the rest of the trip. Story 4. The Weights That Moved. There's a gym near my house that has 2 floors. The upper floor is where the cardio stuff is, and downstairs is for lifting. I was doing leg day alone downstairs, and there was no one else around. In the middle of my set, I heard weights clanking a few racks over. I paused and looked around. Nothing, just the sound of metal shifting. I walked over and saw a dumbbell rolling on the floor, like someone had dropped it. But there was no one there. I put it back and went back to my set. Then I saw it happen again. Another dumbbell slid off the rack by itself. This time, I watched it move. It didn't fall, it slid. The weirdest part was when I noticed one of the benches had moved positions. It had been facing the mirror, now it was turned toward the back wall. I left early that day. I didn't say anything to the staff, but I don't go downstairs alone anymore. Something's off down there.